Hello and welcome back to another episode of my Erik Ferentinos Road to series. This event was from August 1st of 2025. Voices of Rock, first of three shows. Bret Michaels of Poison was the headliner. Vince Neil of Motley Crue, and of course Stephen Pearcy, the voice of RATT. My day started the day before at 6 a.m. when I was on a Delta flight headed to Atlanta and then Boston. It was at this time that a flight attendant was having a medical emergency and we had to turn back to the gate so EMTs could get that person off the plane. My flight was now an hour and a half delayed and I didn't think I was going to make my connecting flight to Boston.
But I don't want to promise anything yet, but we're working on it, and hopefully we can get back out of here quickly. We won't need any gas or anything. It should be able to just depart as is. So just please stay seated, remain patient. I'll give you an update as soon as I have one here. Lauren in the back, she was just jump seating and off duty, but she's volunteered and she can work the flight, so she graciously let me here. So now we're just waiting for the paperwork to get ready. So they got to add her to the manifest and put her on the flight. Once that's done, we should be good to go. But in the process, while we're waiting for that, since we are running the AP to keep it cool in the back, I am going to throw some more fuel on board just because they're playing thunderstorms in Atlanta. So they're telling me that shouldn't take long too. So hopefully all this will happen concurrently, and we can, maybe get out of here in the next 15 to 30 minutes.
Ugh, this was not good, and we all knew it. There's no way I'm gonna make the connecting flight in Atlanta to get to Boston tonight. So I think I got lucky and I'm not gonna have to sleep in Atlanta tonight because the connecting flight's delayed, which I was hoping for. So I actually got an hour. The Van Halen, McDonald's, Atlanta Airport. I was lucky enough to make my flight, but now we were sitting in the middle of a thunder and lightning storm.
Bus routes, and they're sorting out a bunch of routes as well. So it just takes a little while when there's weather around and all the airplanes have to get resorted on new routes. So not quite sure exactly how much longer it's going to be, and we are going to be moving again shortly. I don't know if they're going to put us into a different line or. So we are going to be moving the airplane soon. So I do need to have everybody in their seats with their seatbelts. Appreciate that. We'll give you any more updates. Push it back here in just a few moments. Please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened. I do just want to set an expectation with you. There are a lot of other airplanes that have been waiting to depart. It looks like there's about 20 airplanes waiting to take off on our runway. So as long as they can launch them quickly, which a lot of times they can do one every minute or every minute and a half, we should be able to in the next half hour or so. But sometimes they have to take off a little more slowly than that. If that's the case, it'll be a little bit longer. We'll pass on any information that we get. Just wanted to let you know that that's a possibility at this point. So again, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. We'll be departing shortly. Thank you. We're still just waiting. Probably going to be at least another 10 minutes before we move. Again, thanks for your patience. I'll give you another update if we're not out of here within the next 15 minutes.
Finally out of there. Alright, already a mess in my room. Didn't really unpack very well last night. I was so tired. But we're in Boston today. Weather's been rainy. It's part of their downtown. It's like a Jenga building. Pretty cool though. So yesterday was brutal as far as the fly day. I think I calculated an 18-hour fly day yesterday. Our first flight, San Diego, it was a medical emergency. The steward or stewardess, I'm not sure. I don't know who it was. I think it was a guy. Basically had some medical emergency right as we were pulling out of the gate. Like, okay, your flight's on time, looking good. Oh, sorry, we have to return the gate. We have a personnel that's having an emergency. And we're like, no! I mean, you want to be compassionate, but you're also like, no! But anyways, that took an hour and a half for them to, the EMTs to whatever, assess the situation or get the person off the plane. Hour and a half. So I'm thinking I only had an hour layover in Atlanta. So I'm thinking I'm not going to make my flight. And I was already, bracing for an overnight stay in Butlanta, which I've had to do before, and it's awful. It's awful to get there late at night when everything's closed in the airport and have to get on a shuttle and go make your way to some butthole motel near the airport and then have to deal with getting reimbursed, which takes a month. And I was just already going, man, this trip's already sucking. But as it turned out, there was delays in Boston, delays in Atlanta. So I ended up making my flight because the other flight I had to take, the pilots weren't there and they were coming from Newark or something and they were late. So it worked out in some weird way. But then once our flight did go to leave, it was lightning. We had lightning over the airport and they could not let us leave Atlanta. And we was like, God, we're just never gonna get out of here. But finally, we were like number 25 on the takeoff list, and we made it out of there. By then, by the time I got to Boston, all our transpo was gone, so I had to get a cab, which I'm getting reimbursed for apparently. Now I'm awake. I went to go have breakfast. I didn't want to do a sit-down breakfast here that was going to be $30, so I got a wrap and some coffee. I'm going to jam out a little bit. And we got sound check later this afternoon, which I think we have to go dressed for the gig because we're the opening band, so there's no sound check and then coming back to get ready. We got to be ready when we go down there.
Backstage at the MGM Music Hall, they had a really cool Led Zeppelin pinball machine that I was playing. But the highlight was when I ran into Vince Neil backstage, and all I could think to do was give him the thumbs up. I thought he looked great, and I was surprised to see him, and he stopped, and he looked at me. He saw me giving him the thumbs up, and he turned and just pointed to me. And it was a cool little exchange. The MGM Music Hall is attached to Fenway Park, where the Boston Red Sox play, and the personnel gave us a tour. This really nice young lady gave us a tour of the stadium and took us all around the place.
So there's a game going on here too. That's the Blues right there. Very cool.
Next stop was the
Green Monster.
Green Monster.
During this time, the Boston Red Sox were doing their batting practice, so we were watching them hit balls out into the outfield. I really should have brought my sunglasses out here today.
And a lot of there's private events and stuff, and they use.
They have their own garden.
The thing about it is that Babe Ruth is actually on it because he played for the Red Sox first.
Right.
And when we traded Babe Ruth is when the Curse of the Bandito, which I'm sure a lot of you might have heard.
Curse of the Bandito.
We traded Babe Ruth and didn't win a World Series again for 86 years.
86 years, didn't win another World Series after they traded Babe Ruth.
They did this to kind of commemorate the Boston bombing, what happened. And then this one is green because they wanted to commemorate the Green Monster. So pretty cool. And then they just get older as well.
2007, 2004.
Yes,
Then 1936. 1919.
Way too many fans, they would oversell it.
Very Pirates of the Caribbean.
Stage game for Vince.
The original old seats.
The original seat?
The early 1912. Big catering today. They got salmon, New York sirloin, chicken marsala, baked potatoes, rice. We're eating like kings. Brussels sprouts, vegan bean enchiladas. Yes, please. You hear Bret Michaels' band doing their sound check. They're late on. Matt practicing up. Bunch of Boston baseballs. This is our backstage for Vince Neil and Bret Michaels' band, I guess. This is a community.
And I know other things.
I'm gonna sign one of these balls. Sign this one. Yeah. Funny, you can see the banner Stephen brought so tiny it doesn't even it doesn't cover the Vince Neil thing. Very Spinal Tap. But I guess tomorrow and the next day there's video screens, so it's just kind of funny. Vince Neil band's setting up right now. We'll be lucky if we probably even get a sound check. This is kind of pretty badass. Big time. It's like half arena, kind of. Nice.
Backstage, I'm gonna try to meet him somewhere, you know.
What's up, Zolta? How you doing, buddy? Good. Ooh, rock show.
What's going on with these things?
So they fixed the banner, the Spinal Tap thing a little bit. It's at least covering the main Vince thing. So that's good. It's gonna be badass.
Now, at this time, I didn't realize Bret Michaels was standing right behind me, ready to run out on stage. Bret Michaels has to be one of the hardest working men in rock, and the crowd goes nuts for this guy still. And it was very cool to be a part of this event. Bret Michaels, Vince Neil, Stephen Pearcy. First of 3 shows on the books. If you're still here, I want to thank you for watching my series. And if you actually subscribed, I want to really give you a big thanks. But before I let you go, check out this UFO story from Danish Strum involving him and Blas Elias back in the Slaughter days.
All the luggage out. Nobody was there. No one was there, dude. It was the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And the crew guys behind us in the truck, hey, you see those flying saucers? And we're like, we do. I just asked Drew. He still remembers too. Oh, yeah. Nobody's going to deny what we saw. And every one of us, straight as an arrow, driving,
Sure
saw
was
it.
Military.
No, because it moved. There was no noise, no nothing, and the lights went.
And the way it moved, it's not a plane I've ever seen.
It's no plane maneuver anybody's ever seen.
And we looked up where if there was any military bases anywhere near there.
Nothing. And it was the craziest thing. And then the van with the luggage, the family's luggage out, like they got.
Even if it was military, why are they terrorizing people on the highway?
For shits and gigs.
No,
That's
that
what
was
happened.
fucking crazy.